most of the world nowadays, a lot of things have changed from how it was like in the earlier 20th century and all of that, right? In those days, you could kill, assassinate. We had a lot of assassinations and all of that.
Definitely.
It was like a regular thing back then.
It was regular. You just wake up, your president is dead.
Yeah. So, but in today's day and age, right, you can't really do those things and all of that.
Yes.
So many countries have looked for more subtle ways of doing those things, right?
Yeah.
And neocolonialism also has shifted from like direct or more aggressive control to less subtle ways. Like for example, we're talking about the WEF, the IMF, and the World Bank.
Yes.
Right. So one of the things that happened in Africa recently, I wanted to talk about this the next part, but let's just deal with it now.
Okay.
Right. So when you talk about the subtle ways that neocolonialism is taking root, for example, now we see the World Bank and IMF in Ghana.
Yes.
I think it was earlier this year. That's 2024, 2023, one of them. Right. They wanted to pass a bill regarding, they called it like the Ghana Family Values Bill. So
yes.
I'm giving like that's my paraphrasing basically, right? So, but the bill basically had some anti-LGBT elements in it.
Yes.
Right. And so the World Bank told the Ghanaian parliament basically not to pass that bill, right? That passing that bill basically will mean that they may need to reconsider some of the financial aids they've been giving Ghana, maybe via loans and all of that, right? They've also told the president not to sign it. You saw a similar thing with Uganda as well, when they wanted to pass some bills that were anti-LGBT. So basically, the summary is like the Ugandan people, they see it as a attack on their own sovereignty. But the World Bank will come from the position that they are trying to preserve human rights, right? They call it human rights. So they are trying to preserve human rights, and in doing so, they need to basically use their financial leverage to determine some policies that these countries are doing. So wouldn't you term that as a form of like neocolonialism that is still, it's almost like indirect rule, basically. It's still like direct.
I think you're right in that sense. Although my thoughts about the thing, apart from my thought about it, because me, I personally feel that the World Bank isn't wrong in principle. Okay. Because we tend to see, or I tend to see in African countries, we dwell too much on unnecessary things, You see other countries that like are more developed here, they're talking about, how can we take somebody to the moon? But we were talking about how can we have 14 years imprisonment for somebody that does something that's like, I don't know if you get my point.
Well, that's a bill in passing though.
It's a bill in passing, but I get the point that the World Bank telling Ghana and Uganda that if you don't do this, we won't give you, is neocolonialism. Yeah. Because they wouldn't do that with most other countries.
Yeah.
If, let's say, for example, the UK decides that tomorrow they want LGBT criminalized, the World Bank can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
It will pass and they will do it. Or if Canada is saying we don't want any immigrants shoot them on site, everybody would complain, but they can't do anything about it. So these all is African countries that are able to pull weight, like show muscle, and be like, if you don't do this, we'll not give you. So yes, you're right. That's a form of neocolonialism.